Now let's talk about VMware Tools just a little bit, and specifically the various ways that we can install VMware Tools. Now the first question to ask before we even talk about installing them is exactly what are these things and why do I want to install them? Well, VMware Tools are a set of utilities that enhances the virtual machine's performance. So VMware Tools is going to eliminate or improve various issues surrounding the virtual machines. Now you're going to have to install these on every individual virtual machine, number one, and number two, you have to install these as a separate process after the guest OS has been successfully installed, because this has to detect the guest OS and apply certain changes and adjustments to certain aspects of it. So what does it eliminate or improve? Well, it eliminates issues with low video resolution, low color depth. You're stuck down at 800 by 600, you can't get much color depth. VMware Tool installation will take care of that. Incorrect display of network speeds. It will improve mouse movement, make it smooth and fluid just like you're used to. It will give you cut and paste and drag and drop functionality that's huge for most people. So you can cut and paste, drag and drop between the virtual machine, the host system, and in some cases between other virtual machines. It'll correct all sound issues. A lot of times you'll find you have absolutely no audio in a virtual machine until you run VMware Tools, and then that problem just seems to go away. Now, on the installation, this should be considered part of the process of creating a virtual machine. The virtual machine will function without tools installed, but trust me, you're not going to like the way it behaves, okay? A lot of the features that you like and you're accustomed to simply will not be present. Now, the installation is going to have to be done manually if you don't use Easy Install. But if you'll remember, when I did the Easy Install of the guest operating system a little earlier in the course in a separate video, Easy Install was used, and as soon as the guest OS completed its installation, VMware Tools kicked off automatically. Now, when we install VMware Tools, we're going to have to then be concerned with, hey, wait a minute, what happens when VMware upgrades these things and finds something even better? Well, the most recent versions are available on the VMware website, and VMware Workstation will communicate with the website to see if there are updates that you need. Now, you can upgrade these things manually, and for those of us control freaks who are afraid of things like service packs breaking things and so forth, you may just want to do these things manually. The Windows virtual machines can notify you when an update is available. I'll go out there and show you how to set these things in just a minute here. And you can also configure automatic tool upgrades. Now, what's going to happen, the guest OS is going to check VMware's website for a newer version every time the virtual machine is powered on. Now note this though, once it sees a new version out there, it will install the new VMware Tools, but only on a power off or a restart. So it'll check for them when it comes on, it'll install them as it shuts down. Much like Windows, you know, you'll shut it down, it says it's installing updates, don't turn it off and all that sort of thing, okay? So let's jump out to VMware Workstation and look at where you can set these various settings pertaining to VMware Tools. So here we are out in the VMware Workstation 8 interface, and I want to show you first of all on every individual machine. Notice like on Windows XP Professional, if I come out here and edit the virtual machine settings, I can go to Options and you'll see there is a VMware Tools, and right now it's set to the default. I'll use the application default, and currently that is update manually. I'll show you where to change that in just a minute, or I can tell this individual machine to update automatically. But I will leave it here on the default that I have when I got here. And then notice I can go out here to Edit Preferences in VMware Workstation, and I can look at updates, and I can check for product updates on a start, and this is going to be generally for VMware in general. But then notice VMware Tool Updates, I can automatically update VMware Tools on a virtual machine. And so there's lots of ways to set these things. You'll just have to decide which one you like best and which one works for you. And then of course out there on the individual machine, let me go out there and bring this machine up, and then I can click on this, go up here to virtual machine, and then I can choose right here to reinstall VMware Tools or to install VMware Tools. And since I've already done it, I'll just kick this off, and you'll notice it says if you don't see it installing, click Start Run Your Virtual Machine and enter that. But notice it's going to kick it off, and it's going to tell me that it's going to run the installation wizard for VMware Tools, and since it's trying to modify, I've already installed them. If I'm having a problem, I can repair them, and from time to time, if you're having serious problems, you can remove them and reinstall them and those problems will go away. But for now, I'm going to cancel this and leave it the way it is. But that's a quick run through on VMware Tools. Make sure you install VMware Tools on your machines. Trust me, you'll know if you haven't done it. You'll like life with them a whole lot better than without them.